Hi, and welcome back to Blue's Garden. This week is my first potato harvest of the season, and also harvesting my garlic, which is, I believe, the longest growing crop that I have. I planted in last week of October, and here we are in the third week of July. So, yeah, longest growing crop that I have is garlic. Also, a couple of little things in there as well. I made a rack, the rack that I use to store or actually to dry the garlic. So let's take a look at first making the drying rack. It is basically some 2x2 lumber, a couple of screws here and there, cutting up some pieces, and also quarter inch hardware cloth. Half-inch hardware cloth, metal screen. I am starting with 8-foot 2-inch by 2-inch boards. These will be the basic frames. Measuring them out, I am going to cut the long sides, and I have the short sides already cut. So these are going to be about 4 feet each. They're not exactly 4 because you have to have the width of the blade, called a kerf, but so I have 4 of them. And I'm going to pre-drill or pre-screw so that it's much easier. You add the screws in, but don't go all the way down. And that's what I'm doing here, is just putting the screws in. I know I'm screwing into end grain. Everybody's going to freak out, but when you see it all put together, you'll see the extra reinforcement. So, got the screws in. I can feel them just poking through. And the 2-foot sections, the 4-foot sections, 2-foot sections, and 4-foot sections. Just make sure they poke through just a tiny bit. That makes it easier when you're putting things together. So now 4 foot long, 2 foot wide. Now they're offset a little, as you see. I cut the 2-foot sections just slightly less. They are less by the dimension of the 2x2. So now I got a long rectangle where instead of any one piece being all the way, you can see. I am then going to take hardware cloth. This is half-inch hardware cloth. I'm going to lay it out the wrong way first. So right now I'm working against the curve, and that's bad. Again, putting the screws in, because what I'm going to do is trying to deal with this, fighting this curve. It's not working out great. And I'm going to flip it over so that the actual curl of the hardware cloth is now the other way, and it makes it easier. So screw the piece on top of each other. Now I'm sandwiching the metal fencing, the hardware cloth, inside there. And I'm connecting things down. Screw it all together. I've sandwiched the hardware cloth in. And I'm going to spin it around, add another piece on. Screw it in, screw it in. Now, before I get to the last bit, cut the ends off. This last bit, this was a 2-foot by 5-foot section of hardware cloth. So I'm just cutting 1 foot off the end because these are 2-foot by 4-foot total outside dimension. I planned my wood cuts so that I take into account the outside dimension. So these are really 22 inches, the end pieces. There we go. All there. Make sure there's no bits sticking out that I can harp myself. I harvested the first of my potatoes. I'm growing Dark Red Norland, Adirondack Red, Adirondack Blue, Sarpo Una, which is a new variety out of Wood Prairie Farms, and then Yukon Gold. And I harvested the Yukon Gold. In years past, I've always been very happy with my potato harvests. This year was perhaps the smallest return. My goal is 7 to 10 times the weight of the seed potato. And I think that when I did the math, because I weigh everything that I did, I came up with just about 6 times the weight of my seed potato. Not every year is a great year, I get that. On average, it's 7 to 10 times. Some years, last year was great. I think I was closer to the 10 size side. In fact, it might have even been that my Adirondack Blue was even over 10 times the amount of seed potato. But this year, the Yukon Gold was 6, which is smaller than I prefer. Still good. You take 3 seed potato, you throw them in a bag, and you don't touch them for a few months other than water and a little bit of fertilizer. Let's take a look at the potatoes. Potato. These two 25-gallon grow bags, fabric grow bags, are my Yukon Gold. I do 1/3 peat, 1/3 compost, and 1/3 soil from last year. It's my compost. I'm just emptying some of the dirt out, the soil out, and collecting the visible Yukon Gold. I typically, in a 25-gallon grow bag, will put 3 seed potato. And I'll just keep going as I find the Yukon Gold. That was the seed potato. It was that mushy mess was the original seed potato. So sorting through, grabbing whatever potato I can find. On a typical harvest, I'm excited if I can get 7 times the weight of my seed potato. 10 is great, and some years I do get as much as 10 times comfortably. Some years is 7, some as much as 10. This year, 2 grow bags. I have to be honest, I was less than thrilled with the total harvest. I think it was just a little over 6.5 times. I measured the weight of the seed potato that I started. I keep track of everything. So I got 6.5 times the weight, which is just a little bit less than I find acceptable. So I was a little disappointed on my Yukon Golds. So off we go to weigh them. Actually, I'm going to dry them for a moment. I usually like to leave them out in the sun, dry them for just a short bit. Don't clean them off. If you clean them off, they will not store, although this isn't enough for me to store. I always wonder when to harvest the garlic, and so usually a few days, I'll be watching it for a few weeks, and then I'll do a test harvest. That is, I'll grab 1 bulb. In between the time when I pulled 1 bulb and the time I actually harvested, there were 2, maybe 3 solid days of pouring rain. Just these waves of storms would come through. So, harvested garlic in very soggy conditions. While the soil was soggy. It was dry the day I actually did it. I'm overall very pleased with the size of the bulbs, size of the cloves, the heads. Very happy with my garlic. Which brings us to garlic. A few days before I think I'm going to harvest, I will always pull 1 bulb out, 1 head, garlic head, and see how it does. And I am pretty reasonably happy with it. Scratched it a little with the shovel because it's a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. Shovel around the outsides and loosen it up and then pull. You don't want to just yank it because you'll snap it off. So a couple of days later, I am heading over to the garlic and just get rid of some of the weeds, loosen the heads up with a shovel around the outsides, and overall, very impressed. So again, loosen it up, give a little pull around, and very happy with a typical garlic. Now I planted, I'll put the variety names up on the screen, but I planted a couple of different varieties, and I will put up which one is the more prolific in terms of bigger garlic heads. All of them came up this year, so that's good. I didn't have any failures on any of the cloves that I planted in October. So, and this is mid-July, and that certainly is a decent amount of time. You harvest them when you have the bottom 4 or 5 or so, 6 leaves have died off. They've gone, instead of being green, they're kind of a brownish color. So, very excited, grabbing all this garlic out. Like I said, they've died off. The bottom 4, 5, 6 leaves or so have died off. You don't want it to be all dead, because then you have a risk that the paper surrounding it will be incomplete, will split, and that will mean not able to store for long term. Lay the garlic out on that new rack I made a couple days ago, and let these air out. Again, don't clean them off, don't wash them off yet. You're going to store them. You don't want to damage the garlic, so you need to light them out. And whoops, grabbed one red onion by mistake. That was right next to the garlic, so that happens. Let them cure out for a few days, few hours outside. After the outside, I then put them in for a week or two indoors in a cool, out of the sunlight for 2 weeks or so. If you made it this far, thank you very much. My channel is just me. It is not AI. This is the real me. This is my real gardens. Some days are good, some days are bad. YouTube is emphasizing the short form video, 1 to a minute and a half, 1 minute to a minute and a half. Anybody who puts out content of 10 minutes or so, which is about me, I can't even imagine what the people that spend half an hour or put out half an hour videos. They must get buried in the algorithm. But anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. That helps me grow, and that helps you grow.